counting down the minutes to the first pitch of today's game.
Yes!
Who's in the starting lineup?
Come on, son. You got to get out there and take the mound. It's game time.
What does the skipper have to say?
It's an attitude. You got to be willing to defend. You got to be willing to base run, or you can't play here.
It's the leadoff show powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook with Tommy Wortz on 1250 AM and 105.7 FM, The Fan.
Welcome into the leadoff show, live from the 1250 AM, 105.7 FM, The Fan studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Tommy Wortz here with you, getting you caught up. All things Brewers Giants out of game number 2. Freddie Peralta going up against Logan Webb today for San Francisco. First pitch, 6:10 today from American Family Field. Game number 130 on the season. The Brewers 81-48 going up against San Francisco 61-68 today. Game 2 has the pitchers duel all in mind, but how's the lineup look today?
Looking up, and it is gone.
It's almost time for the first pitch. Let's see who's in today's starting lineups. Brought to you by Lakeland University. Experience it your way. Visit lakeland.edu. It's the leadoff show powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook on 1250 AM and 105.7 FM, The Fan.
Thanks again to Lakeland University for being a part of the leadoff show. Lakeland University, experience it your way. Lakeland.edu. For San Francisco, the visiting Giants, Jung-Ho Lee in center field to start things off. Rafael Devers, the DH, will bat second. Willie Adames, the shortstop, will bat third. Dominic Smith at first base bats fourth today. Casey Schmidt, the second baseman, will bat fifth. Matt Chapman at third base will bat sixth. Luis Matos in left field will bat seventh. Patrick Bailey, the catcher, will bat eighth. Drew Gilbert in right field rounds things out for the Giants. Now, for the Milwaukee Brewers, Sal Frelick in right field will lead things off. Isaac Collins in left field will bat second. William Contreras, the catcher, will bat third. Christian Yelich, the DH, bats fourth today. The return of Jake Bauers batting fifth at first base. Caleb Durbin is batting sixth, playing second base today. Anthony Siegler at third base will bat seventh. Blake Perkins in center field will bat eighth. Andrew Monasterio rounds things out. He is the shortstop, batting ninth. Notice how Bryce Terang not mentioned on that lineup list. He is getting the day off for the time right now as he bumped his wrist, I guess, on the hit by pitch, not quite up to 100%. We'll at least get the day off. No news on any IL stint for any means at all. However, the Brewers are inducting pitcher John Axford today into the Brewers Wall of Fame. In the pregame ceremony, the Wall of Honor recognizes players, coaches, executives who have met a series of criteria based on service to the organization and career accomplishments. John Axford is a part of the Brewers Wall of Honor now. As you remember, John Axford had 2 different stints with the Brewers from 2009 to 13 and 2021. He ranks third in franchise history in saves with 106. He has the franchise single-season record of 46 saves in a season, 49 consecutive saves. It's 43 in one season. He had a 1.95 ERA in 74 appearances back in that 2011 campaign. Yes, 49 consecutive saves between 2011 and 2012. That's a franchise record, and I didn't realize this. That's the 6th best mark of all time as well. John Axford, 49 consecutive saves, being inducted into the Brewers Wall of Honor today. Should be an awesome time. It's a part of all this weekend. It's the Bob Uecker umbrella giveaway today. Hopefully you guys don't have to use it too much, and it looks like you won't have to today. Looks like a beautiful day for baseball at American Family Field. Yesterday, beautiful. I don't even know if that word does it justice for how awesome that game was between the Brewers and the Giants. It ended in dramatic fashion, but how did we get to that point? We go over it in the first segment of this show.
Did you miss the last game? Did you miss what was said after the last game? It's time to rewind. It's the leadoff show powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook on 1250 AM and 105.7 FM, The Fan.
It was Jose Quintana going up against Carson Whisenhunt of the San Francisco Giants, and Quintana was rudely interrupted into a good start of the first inning by Willie Adames, who homered in his first at-bat back at American Family Field on Euchre weekend. I mean, just some of these stories writing themselves, right? Luis Matos would hit a homer in the second inning. It was 2-0 quickly against Milwaukee. The Brewers' offense started off slow, but in the fourth inning, that's when things started to pick up. Christian Yelich reached on an infield single. Andrew Vaughn would draw the walk. Then Sal Frelick would get in on the action, bringing the first runs across for Milwaukee.
And he pulls that one down the right field line. Yelich will score easily. King Vaughn on his way to third. He'll be held up there. Sal Frelick with an RBI double. And that's going to skip away from Bailey. In the score is Vaughn.
A wild pitch after that double from Sal Frelick would make things 2-2 after 4 innings. Jose Quintana would go out for the fifth. He would start things off in the sixth as well. After drawing a walk to Rafael Devers, Shelby Miller would come in for relief and close things out in the sixth inning. It's still 2-2. Head to the seventh inning. That's when Milwaukee would get things back on their side. Brandon Lockridge grounded out to start. Andrew Monasterio also hit by a pitch, and then a bunt single from Bryce Terang. 2 men on. William Contreras up to the plate to help things out. He would be mentioned later in the show, too.
Bottom 7, and a line drive, base hit! Into the corner and to the wall! Monasterio is in! Terang will be held around third. It's an RBI double.
RBI double for William Contreras would make things 3-2. Then Andrew Vaughn grounds out towards first base. That would bring home Bryce Terang and make things 4-2. Then Willie Adames in the 8th inning would find himself hitting his second homer of the game. 2 home runs for Willie Adames. This one off Aaron Ashby, former teammate of his. In the 9th, McGill looked to close things down, but then found himself in some trouble after getting the first 2 men out. Brandon Lockridge tried to make a play on a Luis Matos hit. It was ended up being a double after he dove and missed. Then an infield single. Luis Matos would score on a wild pitch from Trevor McGill, and it was 4-4. Needed to pick him up in the 9th inning. It would have to be with 2 outs because Andrew Monasterio popped out, and then Bryce Terang would ground out. William Contreras, the time is yours, my friend.
And only 2 walks per 9. Oh, Contreras! High fly ball, deep left field. Did he get it? Yes, he did! It's a walk-off home run! William Contreras goes wild Bill and sends us home. What a finish!
What a finish indeed. William Contreras recording his first career walk-off home run, 3rd career walk-off plate appearance in the win yesterday. Trevor McGill gets the victory. He improves to 5-2 on the season after the blown save. Randy Rodriguez, the loss. He is now 3-5. Milwaukee has guaranteed a 500 record already, 81-48 after beating the Giants yesterday 5-4, who now fall to 61-68.
That baby is a grand slam home run.
What was the big hit of the last game for the Crew? Who hit it? It's time for the drive of the game. It's the leadoff show, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook on 1250 AM and 105.7 FM. The Fan.
There are only 2 walks per 9. Oh, Contreras! High fly ball, deep left field. Did he get it? Yes, he did! It's a walk-off home run! William Contreras goes wild Bill and sends us home.
William Contreras goes wild Bill. What a moment for William Contreras. You know, the Brewers didn't have a single walk-off homer last season. Not one. That was their 4th on the year. You have Caleb Durbin, Isaac Collins, Christian Yelich, and now William Contreras joining that club. The 4th walk-off homer of the season. first walk-off hit with the Brewers since 2022 with Atlanta. That's the last time William Contreras had an RBI, walk-off RBI. Had an RBI double in the 7th. He's also the MVP of the game. Why wouldn't it be William Contreras? Fantastic performance from Wild Bill, helping out the Brewers. And Pat Murphy, after the game, spoke about it as well. All highlights courtesy of FanDuel Sports Network. Here he is on FanDuel Sports Network after Wild Bill sends everyone home.
It's just great for William's psyche. You know, he's been so good in so many ways for us. He does so much that doesn't show up in the box score. And he's had these big moments lately. He's really come through in the clutch lately. He did earlier in the game, the big swing, and then the homer was, spectacular. 2 outs in the 9th to walk it off. I'm just really, really happy for him.
What about him kind of one-upping Willie tonight, too? He's got the 2 big homers, and then his friend, their lockers were next to each other. He gets the final say.
There was a special vibe in the air for sure. And Willie was spectacular. We saw that Willie Adames trying to break our heart tonight, but we saw that Willie Adames helping us break other people's hearts last year. We were talking today about we lost a lot last year, nothing more than Bob Uecker and what he meant to our organization and to our players. But we also lost some really good players, none bigger than Willie Adames and what he meant on the field, playing the critical position so well, hitting the 30 homers like he does. But what he meant to our culture and how he represented how we play the game and how we compete and how we treat others and how we mold the locker room no matter where you're from, no matter if you're old or young. Willie did all that. He did a wonderful job. So, it was special. And he started to tick me off a little bit. A second homer, okay. But you're right. Williams didn't want to be forgotten in this thing, But we did. We played our typical game. We played. Terang made some unbelievable plays, and Mona and Vaughn and Frelick and but I'm not sure if Frelick will play tomorrow because there's a chance he gets tasered after the game for getting picked off at third. So I'm not sure if he'll be recover from that. I don't know the recovery time from getting tased. But
that Lockridge play, that's an aggressive dive there
at the end.
Yeah,
I didn't see it again. I saw it live, but I didn't see it again. I'd like to see if there's any hesitation, whatever. That kid's been great for us, and I don't like letting that guy get to second there, but. You got a decision to make when you're in that spot. And if you didn't read it right, then you probably don't make that decision. If you read it right and you go for it, then you go for it. I got no problem with that. And I love that kid because that kid he's been great for us. Breckenridge. He's been great.
McGill looked like it got him in the knee?
Calf. So got him in the calf. We don't know. We'll find out. I think he's going to be okay, but you never know. Next man up.
Next man up from manager Pat Murphy. That audio again, courtesy FanDuel Sports Network. It is the leadoff show. Tommy Wortz here with you, getting you caught up all things Brewers versus Giants. Yesterday, Jose Quintana, 5 1/3, 2 earned runs, 2 strikeouts, surrendered just 2 hits in the contest, tied for his fewest in a game this season. His 2 earned runs allowed, extended his streak of 6 consecutive starts now of 3 or fewer earned runs. He has surrendered more than 3 earned runs just 3 times in his 20 starts for the Brewers now this season. The Brewers recorded their 15th sellout as well of the year. 41,000 fans across its last 13 home games, by the way. The Brewers have recorded 10 sellouts. Brewers have passed 2 million fans in total attendance on the year. They passed the 1 million mark back on June 13th. The city is jumping, buzzing right now, and for good cause, because Wild Bill and the Milwaukee Brewers are on an absolute heater that will not end at this point. It feels like Andrew Vaughn on base streak now up to 14 games in a row. He's reached base in 34 of his 37 games with the Brewers. Are you kidding me, Andrew Vaughn? Milwaukee picked up the win after allowing its opponent to score first for the 25th time now this season. They started 2-20 in games when the opponent scored first and have since now turned that narrative 23-12 when their opponent scores first in a ball game. That was a huge gripe with Milwaukee this year early on with us, was if they didn't score first, they weren't going to win the game. And now it totally doesn't matter for the Brewers. 81-48, 7-game lead in the National League Central. Best record in baseball by about 5 games now, 4.5 games over the Detroit Tigers. 628 winning percentage is the best. No one else has over 600 right now, or 60%. Brewers have won 7 straight home games. It's the longest home winning streak since they won 8 in a row back in 2023. And right now, the Brewers are just unconscious, still unconscious. Not even right now. They are 81-48 right now. That does not happen every season with the Milwaukee Brewers. It was their fastest to 80 wins. We read that one yesterday by 4 games, I believe, in a season in franchise history. On their way, trying to get a 1 seed in the National League. After the game was over, Trevor McGill spoke. You heard Pat Murphy bring up the ball off of his calf in the 9th inning. He says he's going to be fine and provides updates on how the team morale is after that 6-5 victory, 5-4 victory yesterday.
Trevor's the knee okay? The chin, where did it get you? Calf?
Yeah, it's all fine. Already got a text from Dom. We'll be all right.
For William to come through in that situation, I think you can probably feel his frustration on one side with the not being able to block the ball, and then to be able to turn around and hit the home run.
Well, I mean, I spiked about 100 at him, so it's kind of on me. But I went in the dugout there and, smacked him pretty damn hard and told him to pick me up, and that's exactly what he did. So that's what good teammates do.
That's kind of been a theme throughout the season, right? You guys just picking each other up.
Yep.
Day after day.
100%. I mean, that's baseball. That's a team like this, and it's just kind of what we have to do going forward. Is someone messes it up a little bit, we just got to pick that guy up and move forward.
He's pretty calm out there usually, but that trip around the bases, he let it all out.
Oh, he let it eat, huh?
Did you see it?
Oh yeah. King Contreras putting the crown on and everything. That was awesome. So, I mean, big moment for him. It's good to see him turning things around and putting some good at bats together. That was great.
You see everything he does in here all the time. How do you describe, catchers are always important, but what makes him special in that role for what he does for you guys?
I mean, he's been doing what he's been doing all season with a broken finger. I should probably say enough right there. Is he wants to be out there and post up for the boys and get things done. So through injury and everything, he's been doing great for us back there.
What are you guys saying to yourselves most in the dugout or the bullpen when Willie comes in here and gets 2 homers?
I mean, that's just kind of what it is. Do you expect anything less? I don't. I mean, first pitch, center cut, smacked it pretty damn far up against the glass. And then, the second at bat against Ashby, I mean, great fastball down the way and just, stuck the bat out and got it to right field. But that's just, that's the player he was for us when he was here. And, that's the player that they paid him to be over there. So it's just kind of, that's baseball and it is what it is.
There is Trevor McGill speaking to the media after the game. That audio courtesy Adam McCalvey on Twitter. It is the leadoff show. Tommy Wortz here with you. Freddie Peralta entering today's start against the Giants, leading Major League Baseball in wins. He has 15 wins this year. His previous career high was 12 back in 2023. He's looking to be the first pitcher to 16 wins, as no one else gotten to 15 wins either. We'll get to our Potawatomi Sportsbook parlay for the people after this coming up on the other side of this break. We'll talk to Drew Wagner at 6:40 from Forbes Sports, presented by Focus Baseball. Going to go inside The Building a Winner feature presented by Ironworkers Local 8. Later on, we'll hear from the manager, Pat Murphy, as well before today's game. It is the leadoff show live from the 1250 AM, 105.7 FM The Fan studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook.
See you later.
Let's get the latest on today's odds for the game. What's the best way to go? Let's check in with our expert from the Potawatomi Sportsbook to find out. It's the leadoff show powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook on 1250 AM and 105.7 FM, The Fan.
Welcome back to the leadoff show. Tommy Wortz here with you live from the 1250 AM, 105.7 FM, The Fan studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Before we get over to Luis Olmos over at the Potawatomi Sportsbook, Milwaukee's lineup again, in case you missed it earlier in the show. Sal Frelick in right field to lead things off. Isaac Collins in left field will bat second. William Contreras, the catcher, will bat third. Christian Yelich, the DH, bats fourth today. Jake Bauers back in the lineup, will bat fifth, play first base. Caleb Durbin, the second baseman, will bat sixth. Anthony Siegler at third base bats seventh today. Blake Perkins in center field will bat eighth. Andrew Monasterio, the shortstop, rounds things out for the Crew. Joining the show now, as he's been filling in all week for us, doing a fantastic job, senior media manager over at the Potawatomi Sportsbook, good friend of the station, Luis Olmos on the Fan Guest Hotline, powered by Gruber Law. Luis, how we doing today, my friend?
Doing really well after that walk-off last night. That was a exciting game. Kind of one of those games where you felt like, are they going to lose this? Right? It just kind of never felt like they were totally in control. But, you know, that's just this team this year, right? There's no quit. It's like, we're going to figure this out one way or another.
Yeah, and Contreras' turnaround now since, you know, the last the 25 days or so has just been incredible. Totally different vibe around this team with him playing at the level he's playing at. Luis, they did not hit a walk-off home run last year, the Brewers, and they've hit 4 this year now.
That's incredible. I'm like the turnaround from last year's team wasn't bad, right?
No,
we had Willie Adames that was out of this world. Contreras was at a way better level, right? It's just unreal what these guys have done to step up, right? Like where did they find Isaac Collins?
Yeah.
Like, how do you go and pluck him from obscurity, and he's maybe the rookie of the year at this point?
Yeah, Rule 5 pick in the minor league Rule 5 draft. I didn't even know they did that. I thought it was all one draft. But yeah, Isaac Collins has been fantastic. And obviously Bill Contreras, player of the day yesterday for the Brewers in that action. Luis Olmos over at the Potawatomi Sportsbook joining us here on the leadoff show. Luis, looking at your betting odds, courtesy of the Potawatomi Sportsbook today, Brewers favored again, -143 on the money line. The -1.5 will get you +155 odds for Milwaukee, and the over/under set at 7.5 today. Luis, what are you looking at today to make a nice little parlay for the people, courtesy of the Potawatomi Sportsbook?
Well, it's a pitching duel, right? Logan Webb, Freddie Peralta, that's a pitching duel. I like the under 7.5, just with those two guys. Those are two really, really good pitchers.
Yeah.
Monasterio over half a hit. I'm like, I feel like he's really going to embrace this role, right? Look, I'm guilty of it. I've said, like, why is Monasterio on the team? Let's roll with him. Let's see what he's got. Maybe these next 2 weeks are big for him. So over half a hit, and then over half an RBI for Christian Yelich tonight to get that at +1050.
+1050, courtesy of the Potawatomi Sportsbook. That is the under of 7.5. Andrew Monasterio to get a hit and Christian Yelich to record an RBI today. You've actually had some pretty good luck betting on Christian Yelich over this run. I know he's been fantastic, but especially whenever you seem to bet on him, it seems to go your way. So if you're liking any of those picks, Christian Yelich today from Luis Olmos, our good friend at the Potawatomi Sportsbook, joining us here on the leadoff show. Did you guys send some shuttles out already today, Luis, with the game? Is it a little more popular with how crowded this weekend's going to be?
Yeah, shuttles are doing great. You still actually have a chance to catch them. So if you're stuck in traffic, if you don't know what to do, pop it into that parking structure at Potawatomi. You park, you're down in the sports book, you grab a beer or place a quick $5 bet, and you can honestly be on that shuttle in 10 to 15 minutes. It's really that easy. So yeah, shuttles are running. Shuttles will be running tomorrow as well. And, we'll make sure that they're running early given the Bob Uecker ceremony that they're doing tomorrow. So we'll make sure that those are running a little earlier so folks can get there, so they can get there to see what should be an amazing day tomorrow.
Yeah, it should be awesome. And it's the celebration of life. We have the whole weekend for Uecker this weekend already. Kind of magical how things happen with Willie Adames homering in his first AB on the Bob Uecker weekend. And then it ends with all the emotions of Bill Contreras hitting the walk-off homer. Now they have the Uecker umbrella giveaway today, and they're inducting John Axford into the Wall of Honor today, Luis, as well, if you didn't hear about that.
Gotta love the Axe, man. I still remember, I was at that divisional series game against the Diamondbacks where he blew that save, but it still led to that walk-off. And, but another guy, right, that the Brewers just kind of randomly found somewhere and made him an all-star for a year or two.
Was fantastic, has the record for most saves in a season, most consecutive saves, and third most saves in Brewers history as well for John Axford. One more time, the parlay for the people from the Potawatomi Sportsbook, the over-under set at 7.5. Luis likes the under. Christian Yelich to record an RBI and Andrew Monasterio to record a hit. That'll pay +1050 over at the Potawatomi Sportsbook. When you go place your $5 wager to get on the shuttle today for the Potawatomi Sportsbook, that'll pay $52.50 if that hits today. So you could come up $50 off of that parlay. Luis, what else is going on that people need to know about over at Potawatomi?
Yeah, sports has been buzzing today, right? Packers preseason game, people have been loving that. We had that early college football game, which was a great game between Iowa State, Kansas State. Get your reservations in, right? It's a week from today. It's game day, right? Wake up, Texas and Ohio State will have happened right now. The Badgers will have played. So if you want to catch that Badger game next Friday, so get those reservations in because football season is here, basically. We have an awesome long Labor Day weekend. So if you want to do that, get ahead of it Sunday morning. If you're up a little early tomorrow, hot ham and rolls over at Cream City Coffee. Come and get your hot ham and rolls. Some of the best in the city. I'll stand by it, and I love my hot ham and rolls.
Oh yeah, can't wait for that. Luis, his parlay for the people, under 7.5. Andrew Monasterio to record a hit, Christian Yelich to record an RBI. Pays plus 1050 over at the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Luis, have a good rest of your day. We'll talk again tomorrow. And, of course, go Brewers.
Go Brewers.
There he is, Luis Olmos over at the Potawatomi Sportsbook, jumping off here on the Fan Guest Hotline, powered by Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Line drive, base hit, down the left field line.
Let's see what the skipper has to say heading into today's game. Let's head to the Coach's Corner. It's the leadoff show powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook on 1250 AM and 105.7 FM. The Fan.
Our good friend Drew Wagner, who will join the program about 10 minutes or so here over at American Family Field, was kind enough to send over some pregame sound from Brewers manager Pat Murphy today. How did he feel after yesterday's win? What has he got going into today's game? We'll play a little bit of that here right now. Here is the manager, Pat Murphy, speaking earlier today.
When he comes back, he's so emotional, kind of guy who's been part of 60 moments and then handle the pitches.
Yeah, you felt awful for him. You really did. Felt awful for him. It was, I didn't really know John well, just knew of him, of course, and then to see the way he handled himself, and, get the opportunity to come all the way back and do that, and then to see it roll out, you're just like, no way, can't Drew.
Good full circle, getting back here for something like this. They do a nice job of welcoming players. Well, I say you do a nice job of welcoming players back.
And the Brewers are a family. Mark has run this like a family since my 10 years. It feels like, you're the little store on the corner that everybody knows about. So.
Mark, one thing with him that maybe is still carried over is that, I guess, history or tradition of the closers here, starting with Hoffman, and then he went to Axford, and even Jim was a part of that, and
Sorry about that. Not sure what's going on. That's totally okay. We can move on from that. Pat Murphy was speaking earlier today to the media about what has gone down with the Brewers organization and how really just treating them like a family at this point. No IL stint for Bryce Terang to fill you in on that as well. Not much to report on the injury side. Jake Bauers returning back to the Milwaukee Brewers. Should be a fun day. John Axford throwing out the first pitch as well, in case you guys missed that. He's being inducted into the Brewers Wall of Honor today. Should be a really fun day. That's going to be a fun weekend. Tomorrow, don't forget as well, Celebration of Life. If you are going to the game, they're asking you to be in your seat by 12:15, even though the game set to begin at 1:10 tomorrow. That is because they have a bunch of pregame festivities, ceremonies for Bob Uecker, which I'm sure that'll be an emotional, hard, but really cool, honoring experience for the Brewers broadcaster, who obviously is just missing, his second season ever without the Milwaukee Brewers and Bob Uecker. He also missed 1970, right? Because he wasn't a part of the team yet. But everything from 71 on, it's the first time without Bob Uecker, and that'll be quite the experience tomorrow to honor Bob at that game. Let's get into our next segment then with that one going through.
The key to building a winner in baseball is a strong minor league system. Who are the names we should know? How did they play in their last game? Ironworkers Local 8 brings you Building a Winner. Be a cowboy of the sky. Apply now at IWL8.org. It's the leadoff show powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook on 1250 AM and 105.7 FM, The Fan.
Yes, time for another Building a Winner feature presented by Ironworkers Local 8. Thanks again to Ironworkers Local 8 for being a part of the leadoff show all season long. The Brewers minor leagues making some noise yesterday. Let's get to it. Starting things off with AAA.
Nashville Sounds.
Nashville yesterday. Jackson Churio began a rehab assignment with AAA Nashville. Drew a walk in 4 plate appearances. Played 5 innings in center field for his first game action since being placed on the IL August 1st, retroactive to July 31st with that right hamstring strain. No hits for him, but Jefferson Cuero, 2 for 5 with a double, a homer in the game. Ernesto Martinez Jr., a double, 2 RBIs. Jared Oliva, 3 for 4 with a nice day, as well as Nashville would win 8-4 over the Louisville Bats. Bruce Zimmerman pitching today for game number 5 of that 6-game series.
Biloxi Shuckers.
Biloxi, AA for Milwaukee. Garrett Spain, 1 for 3, had a grand slam in the 6th inning of Biloxi's 7-4 win in 7 innings over Chattanooga. Game 1 of the doubleheader on Friday. Had a 4 RBI day, tied the season high for Garrett Spain. Also had 4 RBIs in a game back last time around in August. Here we are, Brett Wachowski, 5 innings pitched, 5 hits, 3 earned runs. Cooper Pratt, 1 for 2, had the walk-off in the 2nd game as well with a double. 2 walks driven in for Cooper Pratt. Jaron DeBerry to pitch in game 5 today for them.
Wisconsin Timber Rattlers.
Timber Rattlers, they lose 4-2 to the Beloit Skycarp. Marco Dingis had a 2 for 5 performance with a double. Josh Adamczewski, 2 for 4 with a double as well in the game. Now 10 games back, but it's been a lot more exciting to watch with all the great names coming up at High A for the Timber Rattlers. Bishop Letson on the bump for them as well. He's had a great start, 2-0, 1.27 ERA in his beginnings with the Timber Rattlers.
Carolina Mudcats.
Mudcats fell to Salem, now officially in 2nd place of the North Division of the Carolina League. Ethan Dorchy, 6 innings of work, 3 hits, 2 earned runs, 6 strikeouts as well in the contest. Today pitching Wande Torres for the Carolina Mudcats. Not as great of a start as Bishop Letson, 1-8 with a 5.28 ERA for them. Updated prospect list in case you guys haven't heard this in a while. Jesus Mate, top prospect still in the Brewers organization with Luis Pena as well being number 2. Mate, the number 5 prospect in all of baseball. Pena, the number 16 prospect. Cooper Pratt, 53rd prospect in all of baseball. He's the Brewers' number 3. Jefferson Cuero is at number 4. He is the number 65 prospect in Major League Baseball, all according to MLB Pipeline. Logan Henderson at number 89 is the Brewers' number 5 prospect. Andrew Fisher at number 6. Bishop Letson, number 7. Luke Adams, number 8. Braylon Payne, number 9. Marco Dingis, number 10. None of them in the top 100. Fisher is at High A as well as Bishop Letson. Luke Adams at AA, but he is on the injured list right now. Braylon Payne still with the Carolina Mudcats, and Marco Dingis also with the Timber Rattlers. This Building a Winner feature presented by Ironworkers Local 8, building Milwaukee's future, one beam at a time. Coming up, we're going to talk to Drew Wagner, Forbes Sports, pick his brain a little bit on what the vibe is, as he's learned that one now and loves to say that phrase, at American Family Field with the Brewers' victory over the Giants yesterday and now getting ready for Game 2 as Freddie Peralta set to take on Logan Webb in what is sure to be an amazing pitching matchup between the Brewers and the Giants. It's the leadoff show live from the 1250 AM, 105.7 FM The Fan Studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook.
What's the latest on the crew? Let's go inside the clubhouse with Drew Wagner of Forbes Sports on the Leadoff Show, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook on 1250 AM and 105.7 FM The Fan. Inside the Clubhouse is brought to you by Focus Baseball. Join their fall mini camps at focusbaseball.com.
Welcome back to the Leadoff Show. Tommy Wortz here with you live from the 1250 AM, 105.7 FM The Fan studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Before we get over to Drew Wagner, Forbes Sports, let me run down Milwaukee's lineup one more time for you guys here today. Sal Frelick will lead things off. He is in right field. Isaac Collins in left field will bat second. William Contreras, the catcher, will bat third. Christian Yelich, the DH, bats fourth today. Jake Bauers is at first base, batting fifth. Caleb Durbin at second base will bat sixth. Anthony Siegler at third base, bats seventh today. Blake Perkins in center field, batting eighth. Andrew Monasterio, the shortstop, batting ninth. Joining the show now, as he does each and every day, you can follow his work at Forbes Sports. Follow him on Twitter at @ByAndrewWagner. It is Drew Wagner on the Fan Guest Hotline, powered by Gruber Law. Drew, how are we doing today, my friend?
Doing all right. Got to see John Axford today, so good way to start the day.
Yeah, how was that? We didn't get time to. You did have. I know you posted on your Twitter at @ByAndrewWagner a nice video of John Axford reflecting back on his time and what it means to be put in the Wall of Honor for the Milwaukee Brewers. Didn't get to it on the show today, but if you want to go watch that, go check that out. How was that conversation with John, Drew?
It was good. It was always catching up. And he's one of the best guys to come through here. It's always really nice to us. He was a hell of a pitcher, hell of a story. The path that he took to get here. Just a really incredible guy, really incredible story, really incredible pitcher, and he's etched into Brewers history forever.
Yeah, I mean, and at a position the Brewers have been awesome at since the turn of the century, right? You got to go. We've talked about it before, where it's just like naming Brewers closers back and forth, whether it's Solomon Torres, Derek Turnbow, Eric Gagne, but John Axford really set a precedent in that 2011 season, and it's really probably the best closer season of any Brewers pitcher, Drew, right?
Yeah, it was nuts. I mean, he's going to be remembered forever just for the day that the streak ended and he had to leave because his wife was going to labor, and he left us a note on a chair in his locker and then talked to us the next day. It's one of the good chapters, the fun chapters in Brewers history.
Drew Wagner joining us here on the Leadoff Show. Follow him on Twitter at @ByAndrewWagner. Drew, yesterday we had talked and you had used the correct terminology of the vibes are immaculate before the game. What about after the game with William Contreras coming up big? He had the big hit in the seventh to give him the lead. And then again, now in the ninth inning, the walk-off homer. Drew, that's their fourth walk-off homer of the season. They didn't have one last year. And Bill Contreras leading this charge yesterday.
Yeah, man, Wild Bill, that was one hell of a trip around the bases, wasn't it? He was fired up. Yeah, it was pretty. People were pretty fired up yesterday. It was a pretty exciting night. Kind of a tough luck inning there for McGill. But the Brewers bail them out, and it was good to see. People were pretty wired.
Yeah, Drew, and it just continues to be a theme of like not only the power of friendship or a bunch of guys you never heard of, but another one is just continuing to pick each other up throughout the season. And Contreras doing that yesterday for McGill. Lockridge, he tried to make a play. Maybe he shouldn't have tried to make that play. And then obviously the wild pitch later on. But the Brewers are never out of a game, it feels like, Drew, because each and every day now, someone else can step up. And it was William Contreras again yesterday with a fantastic moment. And it's no shock as well, Drew, that we've talked about it with Andrew Vaughn, and we talked about it with Brandon Woodruff now getting into a rhythm too. When Bill Contreras turned the corner, that's also made the Brewers an elite now team across the MLB.
Yeah, absolutely. And you talk about guys needing to step up. Well, they're going to need that again today. Bryce Turang's out of the lineup after getting hit in the hand last night with a pitch. So we're going to have Durbin at second, Siegler over at third. It's a good chance for guys to step up and contribute and keep this thing going. You're right. The better that Contreras plays, the better things are for this offense. He's kind of a linchpin to it all. And if his power is there, that takes this offense to a whole nother level.
Drew, we played a little bit of your pregame sound from Murphy. We ran out of time, so we cut it short. Did you guys ask? I saw some circulation of this on Twitter with Isaac Collins taking some infield reps as well. Did anything get asked about that to Pat Murphy? How interesting that could develop now over the next couple of days if there is a stint coming?
I asked him about that yesterday. He said it's definitely something that could happen down the stretch. I don't foresee it happening anytime soon. I don't foresee him being a regular at infield, but I would not be shocked if at some point especially during this stretch right now of 18 games or 19 games in 18 days, if they have to do some maneuvering or juggling, I wouldn't be shocked if we see Collins there, even if just for a couple innings.
Yeah, makes sense for sure. Drew Wagner joining us here on the Leadoff Show. Follow his work at Forbes Sports if you want to hear what he writes about each and every day for the Milwaukee Brewers. Drew, let's talk about today's game a little bit. Freddie Peralta on the bump for Milwaukee. He has been fantastic in August. 3 games, 3 victories, a .53 ERA in 17 innings, and he's really figured it out on the command side and avoiding those big blow-up innings that we can see out of Freddie Peralta. Even in Chicago, he got into that inning, but then got himself out of that as well. And he's really made a change that he is relying a lot more on his off-speed stuff during this stretch, it feels like. Is that the underlying factor of that's the lowest common denominator of why Freddie Peralta might be in the zone right now for this Brewers team?
Yeah, the changeup certainly emerges a good weapon for him. It's probably been one of his better pitches, at least the last couple of weeks. And listen, the better that pitch is, only serves to help his fastball, slider, and everything else. The more that he can use all 4 of those pitches, the better off he's going to be, the more options he's going to have of going on the attack against hitters. And that's what Freddie has to do. He's got to go on the attack. He can't nibble. He can't be fine. He can't tunnel. He's just got to go out there and attack.
He's been attacking very well lately. 6, 7, 7. Those are his strikeout numbers over the last 3 games as well. 17 innings of work, just 8 hits allowed for Freddie Peralta in the month of August, on his way to pitching for pitcher of the month if he keeps this up at this point. Drew, the Euchre umbrella giveaway today as well. How's that thing look? Was that a very popular item? The stadium looks like it has been more packed this year than ever in years past. And now the awesome giveaway they got going today. Did you get yourself one too?
No, we haven't. I haven't even seen them yet. We haven't been getting the stuff in the press box this year. So who knows? I'm hoping they bring them up to us. I'd like to see it.
Yeah, I would like to see it as well. And going back to that fan question, like yesterday, you hear the roar of the crowd after. The Brewers now, I think it said, have 15 sellouts. Yeah, 15 sellouts this season already have hit 2 million fans. Does it feel that way going each and every day? Has it felt like, wow, maybe around the city even to you? Like the Brewers are actually the talk of the town right now, and it's appointment television, appointment viewing if you want to go to the games at this point with how they're playing over the last, since May 25th.
I mean, I kind of isolate myself in seclusion and avoid interacting with human beings at all costs.
Yeah.
So I'm sure they're pretty stoked about it. I stopped in at a local watering hole on the way home yesterday, and quite a few people there in Brewers gear. So yeah, I mean, it's definitely picking up a little bit, and you can tell when the crowd is packed full. There's been a lot more of that lately, and I'm sure there's going to be a lot more to come.
Yes, absolutely. Jake Bauers in at first base, Rake Powers, as we call him on this show. Indeed. Just a day off for Andrew Vaughn. Do you think that he can play his way into some role, being a part of this team, getting Yelich in the outfield more? Is he on a trial run with this, batting in the 5 spot? What do you think could come from Jake Bauers returning back to this Brewers team and what it could do for the offense?
I mean, he can provide some pop. He's, a powerful left-handed bat that you can throw there against right-handed hitters. I think, Murph did say yesterday they were trying to get Andrew Vaughn a little bit of a blow because he's been in there pretty much every day since he's been called up. Guys need a rest, especially again, during this stretch, and to keep them fresh because they got a lot of baseball left to play. So I wouldn't read too much into it. And Bauers, we've seen what Bauers can do. We know what he's capable of. He's a capable first baseman. He's versatile and he's got some pop.
Drew Wagner joining us here on the Leadoff Show. Follow him at @byAndrewWagner on Twitter. One more question, Drew. Just wanted to ask you before we get you out of here. Do we have any update on when these rehab stints might be done at the AAA level for Hoskins and Chourio? Was it like a week, 10 days? Do you have a speculation on it? Whatever it goes from there. Chourio getting back into the lineup for the first time with Nashville yesterday. Drew a walk, no hit. And Rhys Hoskins has been in this series as well as they're taking on the Louisville Bats. Any updates on those guys and when they could be returning?
Nothing yet. They're both going to need quite a few at bats before they're ready for big league games. So it'll be a little while yet.
We'll see when that happens. Drew Wagner here on the Leadoff Show. Follow him on Twitter by Andrew Wagner. Follow his work at Forbes Sports. Drew, we will talk again tomorrow, my friend. If we got to move some timing around because of the celebration of life, let me know. But that should be a very emotional, impactful, cool experience for sure. And I'll join you tomorrow after during the game as well. We will talk again soon, my friend.
Sounds good.
There he is, Drew Wagner, Forbes Sports. Follow him on Twitter at by Andrew Wagner, joining us here on the Leadoff Show on the Fan Guest Hotline, powered by Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
How does the Crew win today's game? Who needs to step up? Let's find out with the keys to the game. It's the Leadoff Show, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook on 1250 AM and 105.7 FM, The Fan.
Keys to the game, how we always end things here on the Leadoff Show. Thanks again to Drew Wagner, Luis Olmos joining us here today, as they do each day. Brewers have not had a lot of success against Logan Webb in the past, and it has gone very well for Logan Webb during those times. 6 starts against the Brewers now in his career. Here's how his numbers have looked. 6 innings, 9 strikeouts, 1 earned run. That was from his first game he ever pitched against him back in 2021, right? Well, he went 7 innings, 1 run, 10 strikeouts, his next start in 2021. Then it was 6 innings, 2 runs, okay, 5 strikeouts, but he won that game as well. He is 3-0 with an ERA of 2.17, 45 strikeouts and 6 appearances against the Milwaukee Brewers, and won this year, in which he went 6 1/3, gave up 6 hits, and struck out 6. The Giants won that game back in late April, last time he has pitched. 37 1/3 innings, just 25 hits, and 45 strikeouts for Logan Webb during that time. You're going to have to get after him early at some point, and it's going to be harder with no Bryce Terang in the lineup, but some of the numbers here for the career numbers against Logan Webb, no one with really anything impressive. No one has more than 1 career hit off Logan Webb in the lineup today. Sal Frelick, 1 for 5. Contreras, 1 for 4. Christian Yelich, 1 for 10. Jake Bauers, 0 for 2. Caleb Durbin, 1 for 3. Blake Perkins, 1 for 2. Has not been well for Milwaukee against Logan Webb. You got to get him out of the game before the 6th inning, for sure. For sure have to get him out of the game before the end of the 6th inning. When he went 5 innings, he gave up 4 runs last year in August, around the same time. It was just 4 days later, a year ago today. He only had 4 strikeouts in that game. He walked 3 batters. You got to draw it out with Logan Webb. Make sure he doesn't get to the 6th inning. That is today's key to the game. That's going to do it for us here at The Fan. Make sure you guys are checking out all your favorite local shows for the from The Fan Milwaukee, whether that is Pack-A-Day Radio, 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. every weekday with Andy Herman, as Green Bay playing in their preseason finale right now. Just hit the 2-minute warning of that game. 20-7 in favor of Green Bay over Seattle. Looks like they're going to come away with the victory. I'm sure Andy Herman will break that all down on Monday. Mason Crosby Show, 9 a.m. to 11, presented by Verizon, the official 5G network of the Green Bay Packers. That'll be returning on Monday. And, of course, Wisconsin Sports Daily, served up by Wendy's, 2 to 5 every weekday with Steve Sparky Pfeiffer. Today's game set to begin at 6:10 today, so we are just about 15 minutes away from first pitch. Tomorrow, the game will begin at 1:10. If you are going to the game, remember, I want you in your seat by 12:15 around that time, so maybe that game time will be adjusted as well for the Bob Uecker Celebration of Life Day. Should be an absolute spectacle. They're going to have coverage of it on FanDuel Sports Network as well if you want to watch along with us as well. It is the Leadoff Show live from the 1250 AM 105.7 FM The Fan Studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Don't forget, send them home.